I'm busy. We got everything in place. We'll have to hook it all up to the same power grid.
Just looking to trade a little.
Go ahead.
The Commonwealth can take a real toll on you if you let it. This place makes monsters out of men.
Okay.
Looks like we could catch a breather in here.
We need something new.
George,
Our audience
Rex
is
is
getting
in
bored.
trouble.
Same
Didn't you
play
hear him on the
over and over.
radio?
For the 10th time, yes.
What do you want me to do about it?
Tracking
Those
my
super
muck through
mutants
this
would kill me
place.
in seconds. Rex got himself into this mess. He'll have to figure out how to get out of it.
Hey there.
Oh, it was quite a feat to rescue Rex from those super mutants.
I was just glad I got there in time.
So am I. Are you?
George Cooper. Damn glad to meet you.
Hi.
WRVR is our pride and joy.
I'm Anne Hargreaves. George and Rex and I run this radio station. Oh, it was quite a feat to rescue Rex from those super mutants.
I was just glad I got there in time.
So am I. Are you blushing? That's so adorable. Now, where did I put my script?
Tis a pleasure to see you again.
Excuse me.
I can't thank you enough for saving my life.
Looks like the last time I got a checkup in here.
Hey,
I'm all ears.
head over there.
Can do.
I should do some vocal warm-ups.
Hey,
Do something for you?
I really should study. my
Sure don't make them
lines.
like they used to. Could really kick your feet up in a place like this.
hey.
Something to get off your chest?
I think we ought to part ways, Nick.
Your call. You change your mind, though, you come...
George, Rex is in trouble. Didn't you hear him on the radio?
For the 10th time, yes. What do you want me to do about it? Those super mutants would kill me in seconds. Rex got himself into this mess. He'll have to figure out how to get out of it. I should do some vocal warm-ups. George Cooper. Damn glad to meet you.
I'm Anne Hargreaves. George and Rex and I run this radio station. Now, where did I put my script?
We need something new. Our audience is getting bored of the same play over and over.
We put on some
WRVR
wonderful
is our
radio
pride
plays.
and joy.
You should listen sometime. I really should study my lines.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
These warm-ups just never get any easier.
Hey,
Tis a pleasure to see you again.
I can't thank you enough for saving my life.
Bob Crosby there.
Hey.
No.
Hey, Valentine.
You can probably put the gun away. I think we're safe here. Something to get off your chest?
Probably about time we parted ways.
Your call.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you trying to get us in trouble?
George.
Hey.
Something to get off your chest?
Your thoughts?
Do me a favor. Once you're in there, remember the looks on the faces of those Institute goons.
Probably about time we parted ways.
Your call.
There's this article in, I'm not saying anyone is a cinch, you know. I'm not saying it's correct at all. And you know, of course, the mayor. I mean, I was asked to read. I have a statement from the mayor's office. You know, it's well, it just says here there's nothing to worry about. That it's, you know, safe and all, everybody.
You'll find what you're looking for. I know it.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest. Ah, damn it. I've got to calibrate everything all over again.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Shouldn't we test it first?
I wish we could, but we've only got the one frequency code. There's no way to test it without actually jacking into the Institute signal. And as soon as we do that, we've used our one and only chance. As soon as the Institute figures out what we did, and I gotta believe those brainiacs won't be caught napping twice, that code we've got is useless.
I have some things to do first.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll keep tuning this baby. Although we won't know if it's gonna work until we actually try it.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Getting both weak? I don't blame you. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful.
It's crazy stuff, right? Weird. Anyway, it's well, it's something to think about, I guess. Up next, well, I thought I'd play the.
You remind me of a young man I used to know. Never looking for trouble, but always finding it.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? I'll start scanning for... Whenever you're ready. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular being. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here
I
now.
don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
Just... help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me, I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
I don't believe you. There's no way any of this is true.
I wish there was something to say. I know this isn't what you wanted. But it's the only truth I can offer you.
It can't be true. It's all just... It's just too much.
I'm so sorry. I wish that things were different. I've shown you my trust. Your weapons haven't been confiscated, and I stand unarmed before you. Please, let's just talk.
All right. Let's talk then.
I know you must have questions. Please, anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg, he worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge? Of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this
Hey, Doc.
primary drive
They weren't
servo.
kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind...
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm not on board with anything.
No? And yet here you are, poking around. One might find that suspicious. If you're not planning on staying, I'd recommend keeping your hands to yourself. Wouldn't want to give the impression you're up to something. And consider having another talk with Sean. He really is anxious to have you with us. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it. That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't...
Is it true food supplements 77?
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
That was my favorite
Built
one.
pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so...
You had time to examine the latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick.
Excuse me,
I wonder how
Doctor.
the Warwick family
Welcome.
is doing.
So good to have you here.
Young Wally must be
Dr.
close to
Clayton
10 years old
Holdren,
by now.
head of the
It's
Bioscience
remarkable
Division.
that any child
I
can
can't wait
survive
for you to
for
see
so
the work
long
we're
up there,
doing.
don't you think?
It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Aí, rapaz, agora eu posso falar com vocês.
When are you going to tell me
Algum dia, algum dia.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. Why is she even testing?
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
All right.
Vou fazer CMR aqui então. Vou fazer CMR. Deixa eu achar alguma coisa aqui. Ah, achei. Pera. Pronto, só foi isso mesmo. Deixa eu ver uma coisa aqui. Estar nível do microfone. Tá de boa. Beleza. E pronto. Vocês viram a CMR que eu fiz aqui, mano? CMR top.
Nothing to report.
Seriously, the petting and cruel
robotics to knock some heads
Good to see
together.
you.
You're here. Glad you made it. On the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me and send a message.
Doctor.
So,
There's
here
enough
you are.
friction as it is
Just
between
an nail.
us.
Activate the synth retention. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precaution. It's nothing personal, I assure you.
Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the synth retention. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping, that matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, Coursers are reliable. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered them. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated the Titan.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for a single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production line.
Bom
If you
dia.
need something else, I'll get back to you.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Very well.
Olá, olá. Tô mó triste, mano, porque quando eu cheguei aqui, eu fracassei numa missão. Não sei porquê. Mas tipo, a galera daquele lugar lá, eu nem queria conversar mesmo, nem gostava daqueles malucos. Então tipo... E aí?
So much research, so little time.
Retenção de sintéticos. Bom dia, pessoal. What the fuck? Ué, cadê o LBD?
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized.
Pera aí, Nunes, eu vou ler aqui o que você me mandou. Isso pode ser útil pra mim.
As by our knowledge, mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a Courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be best for everyone. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Eu não quero falar com essa merda de caçador. Esse filho da mãe. Só quero ver no que vai dar. Isso daqui. Parabéns, você acabou de me mostrar coisas que vão ser úteis para mim e que podem ajudar no avanço tecnológico para todos os seres humanos. Rapaz, eu vou ter com um raio. Ah, vai dar quebrada. O que você tá fazendo?
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
What do you hope to find?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Mano, eu tô mó triste. Porque eu tava com uma missão aqui, só que eu ia fazer ela depois, né? Só que o problema é que quando eu entrei naquele lugar lá no instituto, ele falou que eu fracassei na missão, mano. Que merda. Daí eu tô querendo carregar o save, fazer essa missão e daí ir pro instituto. Só que eu vou fazer tudo isso offline, então tipo, né? Desculpa, mano. Caramba. O ruim que eu tô tendo que segurar o microfone. Eita, what the fuck? Ah, o ruim que eu tô com uma mão no controle e a outra no meu microfone. Mano, foi sem querer. Mano, olha como eu sou profissional, velho. Ó, minhas construções é tudo da hora. Ó, tem um lugarzinho que é inútil agora. Tem esse bagulho aqui que tem energia. As minhas comidas, que ninguém aqui é carnívoro, aqui é tudo vegano. Tem uns negócios. Tem um barzinho aqui, mano, tem um barzinho. Ó, o barzinho tem até um lugar pra dançar aqui, ó. É, mano, das cabeças, velho. Você nunca viu um boi de das cabeças? Cadê o boi agora? Cadê o boi? Você viu, mano? Eu sou muito construtor, velho. Não que tenham, tipo, feito uns muros em volta de todo esse lugar e colocado uns lugar bem mais da hora, construído umas casas de 2, 3 andares. Não, nunca que fariam isso. Sabe o que eu quero fazer? Deixa eu perguntar uma coisa pra vocês dois. Vocês querem ver caos ou vocês querem ver tudo normal? Eu fazendo umas missões aí suave. Maravilha. Ah, não é investe esse negócio. Bem, vocês vão ver o que eu posso fazer. Ah, vocês já estão vendo, né? A cagada que isso vai ser. Deixa eu salvar, né? Deixa eu ver se tá salvo aqui direito o negócio. Tá salvo. Agora que o caos comece. Filha da mãe. Oh, os caras pegou minha armadura. Calma aí, deixa eu recarregar aí. Pelo amor de Deus. Eu já fiz o churrasco com ele, mano, já fiz. Ah, ele tá aqui. Pera aí. Oh, os caras tão fugindo, mano. Morreu um. Vai morrer os outros dois ali. Cadê os outros malucos? Recarrega, meu irmão. Mano, pera aí. Ah, não posso viajar com inimigos por perto. Vamos correr então. Cadê essa merda? Cadê? Era um lugar ITC. Aqui, ó, instituto. Que bagulho, mano, do que você tá falando? Mano, olha. Então. Calma aí, segura a onda, segura a onda. Ai, ai. Cadê o meu pai?
Jammed. Broken.
Filha da mãe. Cadê os caras, mano? Pô, perdeu toda a graça desse jogo. Aqui, ó. Ah, não dá. Ah, não dá, velho. Ah, não dá.
Terminal's gotta be somewhere.
Pelo amor de Deus, velho. Sacanagem isso, hein? Vou ter que hackear isso, velho. Rear team fuel host. Fila da mãe. Eu sou hackerman. Ah, que merda. Cadê o velho que tava comigo aqui? Quero matar ele. Preciso matar ele. Cadê os cara? Não. Vamos pra outro lugar. Ah, que saco. Tá, viagem rápida pra cá. Por que tá indisponível deste local? Ah não, velho, que droga. Eu tô preso aqui no instituto. Que porcaria. Eu fui carregar um save. Ah não, eu conheci um dia desses. Tava andando na rua, um anão. Vou recomeçar tudo de novo, só que eu vou jorrar sangue em outro lugar. Um lugar bem melhor do que esse. Mano, Nunes, por que você converteu ela, velho? Puta merda. Só que my big ball. Diário de bordo. Vocês vão ver o que é o poder de um ser humano. Essa cara é lá de baixo, tá? Tirando ele. Mano, vocês vão ver o que é caos de verdade. Meu controle tinha acabado a bateria, foi mal. Victor. Nossa, mano. Uau! Beleza. Vamos continuar com o massacre lá em Lara. Mano, isso daqui é um mod, velho. Eu sou invencível. É tipo hack, mas você não é banido. Exterminados. Ah, já sei outro lugar pra causar caos. Com sono, gente, eu não tô bem da cabeça. Com sono, gente. Vocês também não estão bem da cabeça, não. Meu Deus. Nossa, eu cortei o braço do cara. Cortei outro braço. Toma. Olha, esse é o Eurobad, mano, que da hora. Merda. Não gosto de baianor. Não gosto de baianor. Nossa. Sim. Fica aí, mano. Eles não morrem, são imortal. Muito bom, no meio de tanto corpo e calça esse cara ainda tá de boa. Ué, os caras ressurgiu aqui, mano. Ah, é? Quem é ela? Vou botar um áudio bom aqui pra vocês.
You got a line on him?
Oi, criança, sou eu, Mickey Mouse.
Por que eu fiz isso, mano? Pô, meu chat tá bugadão, mano. Vocês começam a mandar um monte de mensagem, aparece, tipo, de 3 mensagens que vocês mandam, 2 aparece só. Ah, boa ideia, Jane. Calma aí, eu vou ter que começar uma situação aqui. Ah. What the fuck, o prefeito tá aqui embaixo. O prefeito morre de boa aqui embaixo. Eu vou parar, eu acho, mano, porque puta merda. Calma aí, onde é que eu tava? Save normal, 11:42. What the fuck? Tá, tem esse save. Tem esse também. É esse que eu quero. Acabei de ver aqui a live, como que ficou minha voz. Parece que eu tô fazendo SMR. Acabei de ver aqui a live, como que ficou minha voz. Parece que eu tô fazendo SMR.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
I have some things to do first.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll keep tuning this baby. Although we won't know if it's gonna work until we actually try it.
Agora eu posso arrumar os erros que foram cometidos. Meu amigo, isso é um adeus. Se bem que nunca é um adeus. Olha pra essa velha aqui, me lembra de moeda. É cara ou coroa?
Just can't keep up. You remind me of a young man I used to know. Never looking for trouble, but always finding it.
É isso mesmo, Nunes.
Sturgis is like a kid in a candy store working on those teleporter planes. I've never seen him more excited about anything.
Mano, eu vou parar a live aqui, gente. Ou vocês querem que a gente continuar essa conversa no WhatsApp. Tô zoando, não quero nem continuar essa conversa no WhatsApp, nem quero conversar com vocês. Tô antissocial.